Begin. All right, welcome everybody. So let's go through the major indices. VIX, we're still consolidating. Yesterday was like almost a breakout, but didn't happen. So we're still consolidating. Yeah, nothing interesting. Okay. Good thing I saw my VIX calls. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the Nasdaq. So Nasdaq, we have yesterday was the kind of like a double bottom, and we almost, it was kind of a double bottom here, like down previously and once again yesterday. So today is the confirmation. So this is like confirmation that we are going back up. Yeah. So normally when it breaks the bottom of the green channel, you don't panic because we closed above, and today we continue upwards. So today we have confirmation. So if you are looking to enter any positions, today is a safe time to enter. Okay, next will be the S&P 500. Today is the all-time high for S&P 500. So if you are invested in any S&P 500 stocks, yeah, it's a good day. If you look at the yellow channel, we are bouncing off. Yesterday we didn't touch it. Actually, we've not touched it since a long time ago. Yeah, well, S&P 500 is definitely stronger than the Nasdaq if you're looking at this chart. Okay, now let's look at Apple. Apple had pretty good earnings, and also I think they gave out dividend today. So if you have any Apple shares, you get dividend today. Yeah, it's pretty stable. I think it's a good time to add on more if you're looking to invest in Apple. If you notice the red trend line that we broke previously, it went up to about 135 levels, came back down to rest at the 126 levels, and now we are back to 130. So I think it's very unlikely we'll go below 126 in the near future. Yeah. Next would be Tesla. So Tesla, actually to me, Tesla and Apple is very similar now. The chart looks very similar. Yeah. So yesterday was the lowest point for Tesla in the recent weeks, and we almost touched the middle of this green channel, but yeah, it's not meant to be. I also don't think we'll come back to touch this middle of the green channel anytime soon, unless VIX spikes. Yeah, but it doesn't look like it. Okay, so the question is, do I think the correction has ended? Okay, you have to understand to look at it from a few perspectives. So VIX, right, it's been very flat for the past few months. So volatility is pretty much not non-existent or not there. There's not much movements. Of course, the VIX is based on mainly on the S&P 500. So S&P 500, you see, we've been just going sideways for the past few weeks. It's only today that we broke higher. So ideally, we wanted to continue upwards. Yeah, because the yellow channel is still pretty strong. Actually, I haven't seen a correction since March. Feb to March was the correction if you're looking at the S&P 500. But for Nasdaq, yeah, actually it's also the same. Between Feb and March is the correction. So it's been a bull run since March. I mean, of course, it depends on which companies you are invested in. So if you're in companies like, say, Apple was, the lowest point was in March. Tesla lowest point was also in March. Yeah, so yeah, I would say the corrections ended in March. I don't think we'll ever go back to this levels. At least not in the next 3-4 months. Okay, let's look at some companies. Unity. I've been invested in Unity since I think the previous earnings. They are having earnings on next week. Oh, that'll be exciting. If I'm not wrong, I sold a 115 put after earnings, and then I've been rolling it since then. So we see a double bottom early March, and so yesterday was 86.47 lowest, and today we are up to 92. Okay, so the lowest point for Unity was in early March, and since then it's pretty much consolidating sideways. I think most of the growth profit, not much profit companies are following this kind of pattern. FUBO is another one that I was looking at today. So FUBO, actually yesterday was the lowest, like since last November. So FUBO is something that I'm looking to enter a position today. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. They also have earnings next week, same as Unity. So yeah, FUBO and Unity, got to look out for it. Okay, let's look at Square. Square earnings came out yesterday night, right? So, or rather this morning. It's a good earnings report. Yeah, I entered a position in yesterday. I would be taking profits today. I'm invested long term in Square. You look at this long term white channel, right? In early, or rather, early March we broke out, and then late March we kind of like almost try to test the bottom, but never happened. And yesterday we also, it is another third time. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I really don't think we'll ever get back to these levels. Square is also worth considering. Yeah, but for me, I look at risk rewards. So to me, FUBO is a bit more better in terms of risk rewards compared to Square. So if I want to trade anything today, I'll rather look at FUBO. Square, the trade's over. I entered yesterday. You look at this parallelogram, very nice, right? Yeah. So yesterday I entered a 220,215 put spread. So I'll get 100% profits. Oh, there's another one, Peloton, right? Peloton was also quite interesting because there's the news, so it just crashed all the way down. I think I saw 80 put somewhere here. Did they have earnings? Yeah, they had earnings also this morning. I think they're pretty good earnings because we have a gap up. Yeah, so I think I'll be taking full profits on this earnings trade also. Okay, so there's a question, what are my thoughts for the first half of May? I mentioned just now, if we look at, let's say, the NASDAQ, actually last week, right, somebody asked me whether, like, what's my outlook for May, and I was saying, oh, it'll probably go sideways, down, then go up. So yeah, I think that's happening. So yeah, we'll just go up from here. If you look at some people call it Elliott waves, yeah. So one up is the up, down, then the third up. Probably 14200, 14400. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so there's another question on what is the good thing to buy now. I mean, if you have no clue what to buy, you can consider buying the QQQ, which is a kind of like a reflection of the NASDAQ, right? So it's the same pattern. So yeah, I would see it going up to maybe 350, 360 levels. And of course, if you want to buy stocks, then I would suggest Apple because it's always a good stock to buy. NIO. Okay, so I think I've been looking at NIO for quite a few weeks already, and it's still in this zone. You see, every time we come back to this zone, this green box. Yeah, so yeah, if you want to buy NIO, yeah, sure, go ahead. It's my I think last week or the 2 weeks ago, somebody asked whether it's a good time to buy NIO. Then my answer was, yeah, if it comes to this box, this green box, yeah, it's good to load NIO. But yeah, do note it's just consolidating, so may not be the best way to spend your money. But if you're just buying for the long term, yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah, it's been consolidating for so long. Yeah, I mean, NIO is like the Tesla of China, right? So it's well supported by the country, and uh, recently we broke out of this red channel, this red descending line. We broke out, came back to test support, and yeah, it looks like a good time to add. Okay, we have one last company. Let's look at Palantir. It's been a while since I looked at this. Palantir. We saw it go like crazy high up and then consolidate and then crazy high up again. And then after that, it just crashed all the way down. 2018. Yeah, 2018 was the lowest in early March. And yesterday was the all-time low, right? Yesterday was the lowest, 19.41. Penalty are they profitable? I heard not, because they've been paying their staff a lot, so they're not profitable. Well, nowadays it's these stocks that are being punished. So if you have, I wouldn't allocate more than 2 or 3% to Palantir. You can, I mean, if you have less than 2 or 3%, and you want to invest in the future of data, it's a kind of like a data company. So if you want to invest in the future of data, you can do this. Yeah, but not more than 2 to 3%. It's a pretty high risk. Okay, there's a question about Square. What do I mean by double bottom? Okay, for Square, right? Actually, this is a triple, like 1, 2, 3. We tested on the 5th of March, 30th March, and yesterday. So this is like a triple. It touched this trend line 3 times, right? So of course, this parallelogram also kind of like coincided with it. So yesterday was really a good support zone, which is why I entered my earnings trade yesterday. I do not see any double bottom in Square. What I saw as a double bottom was in Nasdaq. You see, just on Tuesday, it was, the bottom was at 13,400 levels, and then it happened again on yesterday, Thursday, 13,400 levels. Actually, the exact number is 13,380. So this is the double bottom that I saw yesterday. Yeah, Unity will also have a double bottom. Like we saw this on the 5th of March, is $86, and then yesterday was 86.47. So yeah, it's a good support. So let's say if you want to do a trade for earnings trade, although I don't do earnings trade like so far away, but yeah, if you have any existing positions that you want to hedge against for earnings, you can consider doing so, because earnings is next week. All right, so thank you very much for listening. All right, see you next week. Bye, everyone.